I looked at the weather for Nashville for this weekend for leadership conference, and it is going to be cold, like high of 33 degrees, which I know from my Pennsylvania friends, you're used to that. But we're supposed to be like the whole idea of leadership is to go someplace warm every year. It's always supposed to be warm. 33 degrees is not warm. Yeah, yeah, but it'll be okay. But I was talking to Ashley. I was like, that totally threw off everything that I thought I was going to be packing to wear. I need like a parka and gloves and hats and sweaters and, which is, it'll still be a lot of fun. But anyway, hope your girls are doing well. Very excited to start our Boss Babes tonight. So where is um, my notebook? I just had it here. Where did I put it? Well, I guess I'll find it when we start it. Oh, here it is. There we go. I broke out my binding machine. Do girls know I have a binding machine? Kind of foolish that I got it because it just is. But I have a binding machine if we ever want to bind things. So very fun. But let's start with our January presentation. And while we're doing this, I would like for each of you to think of some win that you had in the past week that you would like to share. So kind of like a Mary Kay moment situation, whatever it is that might be. Let me share my screen and we will begin here. And there we are. Move this out of the way, present. Okay. Welcome to our January celebration meeting. We are, first of all, celebrating birthdays. Our very own New Year's baby, Danielle Watson, on January 1st. We've got Jessica Panton on the 2nd, my dear sister on the 24th, Kathleen Thompson on the 27th, Donna Montgomery on the 28th, and Colleen Muncie's on the 30th. We have some anniversaries as well. So Laura Williams started a year ago, Danny Watson 3 years ago, Jan Grossman 5 years ago, and Erica Durling is celebrating 12 years. And this is like her second time back in Mary Kay. She has since rejoined. So Erica, we are so grateful for your longevity, my friend. So grateful. So exciting to celebrate you. And I'm just so grateful for you. So grateful for you, my friend. Next, we did have a new consultant in December. This is Emily Yuha. She is on my personal team. She is from the Canadensis area of Pennsylvania. So she's been a part of my team on and off for a long time, and she has rejoined. Came in qualified, very grateful for that. So yay for Emily. Our production, that's not exciting. We're just going to skip right over that. All right, let's just keep on moving along. We do want to talk about our A1 consultants. And I will say that December, it just is it's December, right? We have a lot. We always have good production October, November, and December. That's just the way it cookie crumbles. So Erica Durling, though, A1, Chandrea Hunt, A1, Carly Laubach, Teresa Shrewsbury, and Emily Yuha. All A1 consultants with orders of 225 wholesale or higher. We had 3 pre-power achievers for December. So Erica, Teresa, and myself. And we had 4 Power Up and Grow Selling Challenge achievers. So myself, Erica, Teresa, and Emily. So congratulations. So these are for 600 wholesale or higher in December. Both Erica and I did the consistency for the Power Up Achievers. So we have 800 extra star credits. Woo! So that is getting us closer to our goals, which is really exciting for Star Consultant prizes. 3 ladies earned their wholesale, $600 wholesale slippers. Yay, they got their slippers. And Erica sent me a picture of her wearing her slippers. She said she liked them. So very congratulations, ladies, for that. We had 3 star consultants in the second quarter. So Erica and Teresa, both in the Sapphire category, and myself in Emerald. So very excited for being star consultants. Ladies, who wants to pipe in and tell me when the third quarter is going to be wrapping up?
March 15th.
March 15th. Yes. So we've got like 2 whole months, a little over 2 whole months before the end of the third quarter. Plenty of time to hit that goal. We have 3 senior consultants in our unit, Erica Derling, Christine LaFrance, and Danny Watson. And our queen of sales with $1,098 in sales is Erica Derling. Danielle Watson with 286 and Tori Carpenter with 24. And our January goals, I shared this last week, but it is 8,000 wholesale to be tracking that Grand Achiever car by the end of March. 5 new team members, 5 $600 achievers, which we had 4 last month. Definitely doable to do 5, and 2 promotions. So yes, we are the fix in 2026. Yay. Our prizes that we are doing, we do have this next set of earrings that we're doing. Ladies, I promise these earrings are going to come to you. I promise. I just have to give myself the space to sit down and figure out what everybody gets. But you all, there's going to be a day that you open the mail and you're going to have like an entire like menagerie of charms and hoops and wonderful earrings. So, but we've got these really cute blue heart enamel earrings for January for 350 wholesale by the 15th. Our gift this month for 600 wholesale or higher is this really fun sticky grip. And so it's got a bunch of suctions on both sides, and you stick it to your phone, and you can stick your phone like anywhere there's a flat surface. So that's super fun. It could be on your cabinet, it could be on your refrigerator, on your mirror, it could be on a wall, but very fun for making content and being able to film and take pictures wherever you go that there is a flat surface. What Mary Kay has announced is a Rise and Radiate Beauty Consultant Selling Challenge, and this is a consistency challenge. And so you're same thing. You're going to be tracking orders of 600 wholesale or higher for each month. And when you do 4 months from January to June, so 4 out of the 6 months, you will get standing recognition at Seminar 2026. When you achieve 5 out of the 6 months, you will get standing recognition. You're also going to get a sash that you can wear at seminar and at our unit meetings. You can be wearing that sash so proudly. And when you do 6 months, you're going to get all of that. Plus, you are going to get that really fun crossbody bag. And you know what? Those insulated puffer bags, I do see them everywhere. I really do. So this is very on trend. This is very fun. It's a casual everyday bag. And we know that these kinds of prizes, they're just made for Mary Kay. So it's the kind of thing that people do notice because they haven't seen it anywhere else. You can't just pick this up at Target or Walmart or order it on Amazon, right? This is something you gotta earn. So we are excited about that challenge there. Moving right along, we're going to keep up with the bracelet challenge. However, I did modify it from what we had in December. Okay. Now, typically, a bronze medal is going to be 3 team members, and a silver bracelet is 4, and gold is 5. Well, I wanted to just, kind of build up to that, simply because our team building has not been what it usually is. And so I want to reward you for 1 new team member because that's exciting. The power of 1. And so when you have 1 new team member this month, you will receive the bronze bracelet. 2, you get the silver, and 3, you get the gold bracelet. So we are going to be stacking up our bracelet sparkle, our arm candy, if you will. And then we do have our income producing activity coloring sheet. Our prizes this month are going to be products from the new spring collection. I just got the Buzz Kit in the mail, opened it up. Great products in there that are easy for me to send to you for those income producing activities. Now, Erica, how many did you have last month. Do you remember? I don't think we are on this slideshow. You forget. All right, let me look. If you can look back at your text messages to me and find that. Maya and Danny, I don't think you told me what you did if you're tracking December IPAs, but feel free to take a look and you can get your recognition here. But we love getting free products, right? If it's free, it is for me. And now some things that I did put on here um, is oh, because one of the things was like to be a star consultant by the end of this month. But I was like, you know what? Let's just have like a perfect track. If you have 900 wholesale quarter to date by the end of this month, so that's something that's changed. That has changed. So when you have 900 wholesale, that's going to be one income producing activity. We had guests for Epic Winning Wednesday on here. What else do we have that I changed? Oh, earning your power up prize, and then the power up prize plus would be 1,000 wholesale. Have a prize picked out for that, but I'll pick you out a fun prize. A Stepping to Red challenge. This was announced last month, but just as a reminder, when you are a red jacket, 3+ active personal team members, by the end of January 31st, you are going to get this stunning. I mean, if I don't say, I think this is just the cutest thing. This is a travel hanging garment bag, and it is so great. It is such a great size. It's got those extra pockets for organizing your things. I mean, it's just great. It's just great. And you can get your garments and your things to wherever you're going without them being full of wrinkles. It's a wonderful thing. I love it. A reminder for the All-Star promotion that Mary Kay has for us for achieving all 4 quarters of being a star consultant. A reminder of the gorgeous ring for the Queen's Court of Sales this year with 45,000 retail, and looking at our January event. So we know that we have got our Boss Babes. This is going to be our first one with Lisa Madsen. Very excited. Next week, we will be continuing the series, and Erica will be leading us. So she will be pulling up the video. She'll be doing our recognition and manning the Zoom. So thank you, Erica, for doing that. Tomorrow is our hydration vacation because I don't know about you. I think raise your hand if there is something dry somewhere on your body at this time of year. Yeah, right. Everyone, we all have dry somewhere. So what better events to have than all of our hydration products? And we're going head to toe. We're going skincare to glamour. All of the things, not all things, but a big smattering of things that give you a boost of hydration, especially when you need it. So you can take a look at some of those products that are going to be featured there. Ashley has something really fun and exciting to share about the 2-in-1 body wash and shave. So you have to tune in tomorrow to hear what that is, but I've never heard of it, and she swears by it. Also going out, our Winning Wednesday is this Wednesday on the 14th at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, and our Senior Sales Director, who will be our guest, is Crystal Coleman. I do not know who that is, but she looks lovely. And I do have a challenge for you. Those of you who are watching this live or take the time to watch the recording, you get a head start. Typically, this would start only on Friday, but you can start it now. You've got an extra few days. When you visit 6 of these iconic Nashville locations, 6 meaning visiting, meaning you achieve these challenges, you are going to get a special Music City souvenir. So I need to know, first of all, who am I going to be shopping for? So if this is something that you are going to pursue, you have to let me know so that I know to be looking for a prize for you. But being active this month, so you do 450 retail this month. That's one. Easy breezy. Selling 10 items is Broadway Street. Did you know that they have a life-size replica of the Parthenon in Nashville? Did you know that? You did. It's so random, but it's there. So we pamper 3 faces. Okay. By the time I get back next week, Tuesday. That is another stop. Music Row holding 3 sharing appointments. The Ryman Auditorium having a $100 day. The Gulch is contacting 7 customers for reorders or follow-ups. Going live on Instagram. or Facebook, either one. Cheekwood Estate and Gardens. I have no idea what that is, but it sounds fun. The Belmead Historical Site. I've been there. That's pretty awesome. Add one new team member. Pedestrian Bridge have a $1,200 retail month. So this actually goes beyond the month, which is interesting. And then the Frist Art Museum is preparing your 2025 taxes. Erica's all signed, sealed, delivered. She is so good. She is so good. So you've got until the 20th, ladies, to wrap this up. Take a picture of this with your phone if you want, because I won't be posting this on our Facebook page until Friday when I leave. Okay. Or maybe Thursday, the day before. So that is that. Why is everybody good? Okay, we're good. Let's keep going. And I think that is the end. That is the end of our little presentation here. So I did ask if you ladies wouldn't mind sharing some kind of fun. How do I stop this share? Why is it? Oh, here it is. There's the button. Something you want to celebrate, something you're pleased with your business from the past week. Who would like to go first?
Well, I am pleased that the work I did at the beginning of each month over the course of a year made me able to do my taxes in like 5 minutes. So
Yeah. Maybe we should have you train on that. What did you do over the course of the year at the beginning of each month that you could do your taxes in 5 minutes? I could learn from you as well, my friend. So,
I'm teaching at Audrey's in 2 weeks. So
okay. Well, that'll be
about it.
your, after Boss Babes is done, you've got the spotlight. You've got the microphone, so to speak. So, congratulations, Erica. We're all slightly jealous. Wonderful. Wonderful for you. All right. Is anyone else, who else wants to share? Who's next? Maya or Danny?
I have been consistently inviting and working on bookings. Actually been working on in the next two texts I should have a confirmed book party for Saturday. So yeah, so that has kicked up as compared to how I ended the year. So I'm excited about that.
Awesome. That's great, Danny, because I know that has been a focus for you, and a track number grows. You're focusing on it, so it's growing. Congratulations. That is so exciting. And I'm going to be going to visit Danny in a few weeks, which is very exciting, to do a little party action, which is fun. So, yeah, I was telling her 10 people on Friday, 10 people on Saturday morning. She's like, could you do 20 or 30 at one time? I'm like, we might have to have a different strategy, but yes, we can. Yes, we can. We'll make it work. So very excited to do that. All right, Maya, what would you like to share?
Um, well, it's kind of mostly like with Erica, after I had that conversation with you, and you also talked to Erica before I got a chance to, of just setting up that honoring women, and getting that ready and getting it in motion. And so
Yeah.
thank you all. So that's, for me, that's a huge one, just because hopefully it will result in lots of contacts. And that's what I've
It
been struggling
will.
with. So,
It will. It absolutely will.
and for
Um, you
candy.
know, you got the candy. You're ready. Do you guys have the date? When are you guys going out? When's your first time?
So it's whenever Erica, like, she ordered like the roses. So whenever those
Okay.
come in, and we'll like get it all together and do that,
Okay.
probably next week is when we'll start doing it. But
Yay. Okay, I love it. It's gonna be so fun. It's gonna be so fun. And you girls doing it together, it's gonna that's what's really gonna make it so fun. You're gonna have these like shared experiences and these moments that are just, I mean, I'm telling you what, I cannot tell you how invigorating and encouraging it is when a woman looks at you and say, I am so glad you walked in today because I was not having a good day. And you really made my day. It happens every time. Not at every place, but every time you go out, that happens at least once. So you're going to be sharing so much joy and so much, just helping women to feel seen and appreciated. And it's what we do in Mary Kay. So Thank you for perpetuating that. I'm very proud of both of you for doing that. So, all right, well, let's head into our boss babes. If you are ready to take notes, we are going to be hearing from Lisa Madsen today. And just to, um, you know, go over what kinds of questions you're gonna, if you haven't read over these, of what you're gonna be taking notes on. Taking notes on her story is kind of the first thing. What was it time for her to do? How did she get into immediate action? How does her story inspire you? What was your biggest takeaway? What are some key things you want to remember about your story? And then on the back of that, the income producing tracking, that'll be for this week. You'll put that date on there. Which IPAs will you commit to doing this upcoming week to move you closer to achieving your It's Time goal? And use the chart below to track the IPAs you accomplished this week. So, a lot of this is going to be double dipping. What you do this week for this challenge is going to also count towards the Nashville challenge. So cool stuff. All right, let me pull up our video here and we will get going. Share my sound. There we go.
Us babes, this is Senior National Sales Director Emeritus. Wow, still surreal to say. Lisa Madsen is my name. I'm recording this in December, but by the time you hear this, I will officially be retired. And I have to tell you, I never thought this day would really come. I signed up at 26 years old, and now I'm 65 and a half. I grew up in this business, you guys. Mary Kay shaped my entire life. So when I think about this It's Time series, I smile because I know that those words really mean it's time. It's time to stop waiting. It's time to stop wondering. It's time to stop procrastinating. It's time to take action on the dream in your heart. And my story is proof that the moment you decide it's time, everything changes. When I look back on my journey, one thing stands out. I got into action immediately. On day one, the day I signed my independent beauty consultant agreement, my sales director told me to get 5 bookings. So I got 5 bookings. Then she said, get 8. So I got 8. Then she said, get 12. So I got 12. Then she said, that's awesome. Now get 15. And I remember looking at her like, are you kidding me? I only have 2 sisters and I already made one of them book 2. But here's the truth. Action creates confidence. Action builds courage. Action produces results. And from those 12 bookings, because I learned how to get my bookings from my bookings, I held 102 parties my very first year. Not because I was good. It's because I was consistent. And that consistency gave me confidence. The 5 things I did consistently are: number 1, I booked. Number 2, I coached. Number 3, I sold. Number 4, I rebooked. And number 5, I team built. Every party, every week, every month. It wasn't glamorous. It wasn't complicated. It was simply consistent. In November of 1987, just 1 year after I began my career, I earned the use of my first Mary Kay career car. And then something interesting happened. I stopped recruiting. I didn't have a new goal. And I started thinking. I started analyzing. I didn't want to bother anyone. I didn't fully understand the big picture of what Mary Kay could do for someone else. I was more worried about what people thought of me than what this opportunity could mean for them. My sales director stepped in and said something that changed the entire trajectory of my life. She said, Lisa, you need a new goal. She told me I needed to become a sales director. I had every excuse ready to go. I can't. I'm pregnant. I'm due in March. This was January. It's not good timing. I'm not ready. But she knew. She knew if I didn't get into motion again, I would go backward instead of forward. So I submitted my letter in January to become a sales director. January, February, March. The baby was due in March. Terrible timing? Absolutely. But timing doesn't create success, action does. And because I worked full circle, booking, coaching, selling, rebooking, and team building, I became a sales director on May 1st. Was it easy? There'd be a no. I had a problematic pregnancy and was on bed rest the last 2 weeks before my son was born. Since I got all my parties from my parties and my bookings from my bookings and my team members from my parties, it really slowed me down. But I didn't give up. My phone worked and so did my mouth. So I called people. I had Kyle on a Saturday and I was back at my Monday night meeting 9 days later with guests. We finished on May 1st. So baby Kyle went to a lot of interviews with me and he helped me to team build because they thought it was pretty cool that I could do this with my baby. Fast forward 10 months. It's January 1989. I remembered something important. The January before, I had 10 parties on my books when I went into DIQ, and I knew that's why I moved so fast. So I told my new unit of 10 months to get 10 parties on their books for the month of January. And to help them do that, I even suggested that they offer a hostess special, 10% off for the entire year of 1989 if she would hold a party and bring some friends. Ladies, it worked. My date book filled. My team's date book filled. And momentum exploded. And because of that explosive January, my brand new unit, only 10 months old, became the number 4 unit in the Ruby seminar. People looking at the Applause magazine were thinking, who is Lisa Madsen? I've never heard of her. That's what happens when you combine urgency, bookings, consistency, and a clear January strategy. Some of you might think, well, I don't want to give away 10% off for the year. Ladies, listen. If she buys $200 from you all year long, that's $20 in free product. If she buys $1,000 all year long, she saves $100 retail. It's not that much. And you can adjust the percentage if you want to, but you need new people. You need to meet new people. So if you get a hostess to hold the party and bring people, that will help you to do that. You get new customers because you offered a discount. You get new bookings because you offered a discount, and you get new team members. And team members equal commissions. Commissions equal growth, and growth equals choices. You can even do it if you want 15% off for the first 15 days of January and 10% off for the last 16 days. Create the urgency. Create the urgency. Kit and commit. Some of you have heard this. Booking 8 parties in a 2-week period. This kit and commit challenge ties beautifully into the strategy of what I'm talking about right now. Some of the national sales directors were at a national sales director meeting, and I want to just shout out to Kim McClure, Heidi Gelzer, Kristen Sharp, Brittany Jenks, and Julia Monday Garner. They are the ones that came up with Kit and Commit. Consultants were booking 8 parties in a 2-week period to hold by December 15th. It's really the old perfect start that Mary Kay Ash taught us. What's old is new. So I'm challenging you to book a minimum of 8 parties in a 2-week period. And if you want explosive growth, go ahead and book 10 or even 12. But don't just write the goal. Put a highlighter block around the specific times in your calendar that you can hold the parties. Create the space and then fill the space. And when those parties hold early in the month, rebook for the second half of January. You will amaze yourself. Courage isn't the absence of fear. Let's talk about fear. I had fear every step of the way. Fear of getting the first 5 bookings. fear of asking the bookings from bookings, fear of doing my first parties, fear of becoming a sales director while pregnant, fear of stretching into every new level that I achieved on the career path. But here's what I learned. Courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is moving forward, even with the fear. If I had waited to feel brave, I would still be sitting there with my unopened inventory covered in hives, because that's what happened when my inventory arrived when I was a brand new consultant. I would have been sitting there wondering if I could succeed. You build courage by doing the things you're afraid of. This is your it's time moment. If I could go from a nervous, insecure 26-year-old hoping to make $70 a week to lead a world-class national area, to retiring with over 17 millions in commissions throughout my 39-year journey, then what's possible for you? Your miracle year doesn't start with certainty. It starts with a decision. It's time. It's time to believe. It's time to move. It's time to say yes. It's time to go for it. It's time to book the parties. It's time to take the action. It's time to step into the dream God placed in your heart. You are one decision away from a completely different year, and maybe even a completely different life. Don't wait for courage. Don't wait for perfect. Just decide, because God already equipped you. Now it's time to move. It's time. May God bless you. May God bless every effort you make. And may He multiply your courage, your joy, and your results. Dream big, work hard, and enjoy every moment of your journey, because 2026, it's your time. Thank you.
Hey, I like it. I like it a lot. I've always loved Lisa Madsen. Loves Lisa Madsen. And I can't believe she's retiring. I'll be seeing her retirement speech in Nashville, America. We've been listening to Lisa Madsen forever, right? Ever since we both came into Mary Kay. So, um, yeah. So, looking at your notes, what is something you'd like to share? Whether that be something that inspired you, your biggest takeaway. Yeah. Anything you want to remember?
Um, my biggest takeaway is what she just said at the end is that, well, not what she said at the end, but it's the fact that she just did it. When she first got in, it's like, okay, we'll do this. And she did it. Well, now do this. And she just did it. And then the quote that she said at the end is that, don't wait for courage, just decide. Just do
Right.
it. So, do it scared. So yeah.
Yeah.
And then of course
Yeah.
some other things, but yeah, it's probably my biggest takeaway.
Okay. Do you feel like that's something that you've found yourself doing, is waiting for the courage to do something before you do it?
I think I've been blaming it on that's what I was doing,
Hmm.
not necessarily doing it.
Okay. Yeah. And then, I mean, I'm just thinking of, your first few months in Mary Kay, Danny, and it was a lot like Lisa's, like you just did it, like you didn't courage or no courage. I mean, I guess you had courage because it was almost like you're too dumb to doubt, so there's nothing to be afraid of. You just went for it. And that happens a lot. I mean, it even happened to Lisa. She earned a car and then stopped recruiting because she didn't have the next goal. And then she got in her head and started thinking that she's going to be bothering people and making them feel obligated. And she just, people don't really want this. And I mean, she got in her own head. And until that next goal was put in front of her, becoming a director, she wouldn't have kept moving. Forward, she would have gone backwards. So, um, yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Danny. Erica or Maya?
Um, I like what she said. Timing doesn't create success, action does.
Yeah.
Just like that one a lot.
Yeah. What do you like about that one?
Because I mean, nothing's ever the right time, the perfect time, Um, and your action just has to be what propels you. You can't blame it on not having enough time or anything because we have the same amount of time. Like God created a rhythm, and we're in charge of the schedule that we make and what we do with that rhythm. So,
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I wrote that down too. Timing doesn't create success, action does. How often do we wait for like, or we say, it's the perfect time for me to do something, and we don't necessarily do it, right? We don't necessarily do it, even if the timing is, quote unquote perfect. So, yeah, that it has nothing to do with timing. It just has to do with action. Maya.
Um, I wrote down action creates confidence and then don't be in your head. And
Yeah.
I think you can tell that that's probably both me.
Okay.
So, in my head and need to have more confidence. So,
Yeah. Well, you know what? We get in our head when we're not in action. That's how it happens, right? Like that's really it. So the cure to getting in our head is just getting into action, right? Like we just won't have the time to get in our heads. Like we just because we'll be acting. So yeah, I thought it was great. And I loved her. What did you think of her booking idea of offering a discount for a length of time for being a hostess? You know what that reminds me of, Erica? I don't know if you remember that I did this, but when I was earning my first car in Mary Kay, January is when I earned my first car. And I went into January. I had 3 months out of 4 months done, right? And I squeaked by with December, squeaked by to stay on target for this car, and got into January, and I had zero bookings, nothing. And we needed 7 active and we needed 5,000 wholesale. And I was like, what am I going to do? And I don't know if it was something, Audrey told me to do or where I got this idea. I can't remember, but I started asking people from my church specifically, and I was scared to death. And I did it at church. I even did it at church, and typically, I would try to keep that separate. But it was like now or never because it was already January. I needed the bookings to be in January. And so I remember asking this one lady specifically, I forget her last name, but I feel like her first name was Holly. And she was a little bit older than me. Her kids are a little bit older. And I remember just saying, like, I'm on target to earn a free car. This is my last month to do it, and I don't have any parties, and I need parties. So, would you have a party for me? And if you have 5 people there, you'll get 50% off of anything in Mary Kay for an entire year. That's insane. Did I have to do it that big and that long? Probably not, but it did catch her attention. She's like, "Oh, 50% off for an entire year." I'm like, yep, I'll make nothing off of you for an entire year. Like, you'll get my discount. And she's like, okay. And then another girl said yes. And I think I had 4 bookings that said yes to that. Do you know that only one actually had 5 present though? That who I didn't know and that were 18 and older. Like I was very specific because some people had 5, but like there were like, girls that were 16 there, or whatever. She was the only one that actually did it with 5. And I got the time wrong for her party. And her party was on a Thursday. The last day of the month was on a Saturday. The Thursday before was this lady's party. And I showed up 45 minutes late. And they're just all sitting there looking at me. So they're all sitting around the table, and I was like, oh my goodness, like beat red, do this party. Out of 5 girls there joined my team on the spot. One girl did a 600 wholesale order the next day. I remember driving over to her apartment and we did the order. The other girl did an $1,800 order on Saturday. And Saturday I had 3 parties. back to back to back, 3 parties in one day. It was wild. It was so fun, so nerve-wracking. I remember Max was in medical school and he was like in York, Pennsylvania, doing some kind of rotation there. He wasn't even home, which is probably good because he wouldn't have seen me anyway. But I was just, I mean, and I remember just sitting on my recliner in my apartment in West Scranton, up at the top of the hill by the cemetery, and just looking over the numbers and counting how many do I have active? Okay, because I had to end with like 12 active and I'm counting all of them. And then I'm counting up the wholesale from, October, November, December, and January. And I'm calling my aunt and I was like, did I do this? And, I mean, and I was like, can you double check the numbers? It was crazy. And then to be told, yeah, it's all done. And I earned a car. Oh my goodness. I just remember the butterflies in my stomach. Just like it was insane. So get yourself that kind of goal, my friends. That was the most fun ending to a goal that in the most vivid, like, because I did crazy things. I did crazy things. And I was a dog after a bone. And it was so incredible. So incredible. And then I don't know why, but that car came in 5 weeks. Typically it takes like 3 months or longer. 5 weeks, I get a phone call from Sun Pontiac Buick GMC in Music, Pennsylvania, that my car is there and I'm going to go pick it up. And I picked it up in the rain and I couldn't even believe it. And it was awesome. So, but for the hostess, like she had to think, what am I going to do to get these hostesses? And she did something different. And so, and that is attention grabbing. It just reminded me of what I did to shut down a big goal. And I had 0 hostesses. So what am I going to do to make it worth it, for them? And then will help me. All right. But a big goal will do that. If you don't have a big goal, then don't do that. Right. Do it for the goals. Do it for the goals. Do it for a focus. All right. So income producing activities are parties, facials, bookings, $100 in sales, sharing appointments, guests to a unit meeting or guest event. That would be tomorrow or Wednesday. 7 new contacts or leads, new team members, coaching call with me. Yay, we do want to do that. And attending unit meetings. And then, yeah, you are going to be writing, tracking for this first week. How many, just putting check marks for each income producing activity that you do. Okay. So that is there. All right. Well, let's do our count up. If you sold any product last week, will you raise your hand if you sold $1? $1 for sales. Yay. All right. $100. Keep it up. $200. Okay. All right. Put it back up for 100. So 100 straight for you, Maya. Okay. Good. Danny, would you just sell? 10 something. Okay, 105. Okay, all right. Well, here we go. We're gonna get into the next week and it'll be even better. It'll be even better. How many bookings? How many bookings do y'all have right now? If you have, let's look at parties first. If you have 1 party booked, raise your hand from now until forever. All right, Danny, 2 parties, 3 parties, 3 parties. Yeah. All right, awesome, my friend. And what are you doing for your hostess, if you don't mind me asking? What have you offered?
Right now, they are just happy. The 2 are happy to just host. So that's one this weekend because she did agree. And that's
Yeah,
going to have a total of 4 people, but I'm trying to get more. I
yeah.
have another one that's going to be virtual Sunday. And she's like, I'm just good with some satin hands. I'm like, okay, you'll get a satin hand set. So yeah,
Okay. Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. And sometimes that's what it is. It's like, uh, sometimes you just ask the question, what would make this worth it for
Mm.
you? What would you do this for? And so often they ask for something that's so much less than what we would have offered, right? They just like, I just want this. I just want this one product, and sure, absolutely. It's yours, right? It's yours. All right, great. Well, thank you, Danny. And then faces, individual faces. If you have 1 Facebook, to raise your hand. 1 face or guess, yay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, Danny? Yay! All right. All right. She is our booking queen. Our booking queen. Congratulations, Danny. Thank you. And then I don't think any pink possibility chats, right? Am I correct in assuming that? Okay. All right, ladies. Well, it's the start to it's time. It's time for us to get off of this, call. But then also it's time for us to be moving. Oh, my brother Andrew is calling. So I'm gonna go because he never calls. Last time he called, he was in treatment. So I'll talk to y'all later. Love you, friends. Bye. Hey, oh, I just finished a meeting with my Mary Kay team, so it was perfect timing.